Shabbat Shalom, everybody. I hope everyone had a wonderful week. We are going to begin now with our prelude. Shabbat Shalom, everybody. It's great to have you joining us this evening for our virtual Shabbat service. I'm really happy to have Cantor back on the bima with me. You want to wave to everybody, Cantor? We're really happy you're here with us. Cantor, of course, is going to be leading services with me. You'll notice also in our sanctuary that we've installed a divider. Those clear spaces are blocked with vinyl just to add an extra measure of safety in our sanctuary. And I'm also very pleased to have Kevin back as our accompanist. So we have really looking forward to a wonderful service this evening. We are going to begin our service in the prayer book on page 338 with Al Shlosha Devarim. Our service continues now on pages 2 and 3 of the prayer book with the blessing for the Shabbat candles. You are welcome to rise. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu l'hadlik ner shel Shabbat. Blessed are you, Adonai, our God, ruler of the universe, who sanctifies us with your commandments and commands us to kindle the light of Shabbat.
Shalom.
You may be seated. Our service continues now on page 4. Vayhi Erev, Vayhi Boker, Yom HaShishi. And there was evening, and there was morning, the 6th day. We rise now for Kiddush. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, borei bari hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kiddushanu b'mitzvoto v'ratzavonu. Shabbat Koshon, Yahava Uratzon Ve'inkinanu, Zikaron Le'maseh Koreshit, Ki hu yom tefillah L'mikroi Kodesh, Zecher Tzniat Mitzrayim, Kivanu Bochata, Yotzanu Kidasha, Mikol Omim, B'Shabbat Kodsecha, Be'ava Uratzon, in Chatanu, Baruch atah Adonai, Mekadesh HaShabbat. Amen. L'chaim. You may be seated. May the door of this synagogue be wide enough to receive all who hunger for love, all who are lonely for friendship. May it welcome all who have cares to unburden, thanks to express, hopes to nurture. May the door of this synagogue be narrow enough to shut out pettiness and pride, envy and enmity. May its threshold be no stumbling block to young or straying feet. May it be too high to admit complacency, selfishness, and harshness. May this synagogue be, for all who enter, the doorway to a richer and more meaningful life. Our service continues now with Lecha Dodi on page 20. Enter in peace, O crown of your husband. Enter in gladness, enter in joy. Come to the people that keeps its faith. Enter, O bride, enter, O bride. Our service continues with the Chatzi Kaddish, page 26. We rise now on page 28 for the Baruch Hu, the call to worship. La 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 la. Be ready to seat it. Our service continues now on page 30 with the Ma'ariv Arabi prayer in the Hebrew. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher bidbaro Ma'ariv Arabi, ve'chokma poteach she'arim, u'bitbuna mishaneh itim, u'machalif et hazmanim, u'msader et hakochavim, u'mishmerotehem barakia kirtzonah. Borei yom v'layla, v'lel or mipnei choshech, ve'choshech mipnei or. U'ma'avir yom, u'mevi layla, u'ma'avir ben yom u'ben layla, Adonai tzivaot shema. El chai v'kayam tamid yimloch aleinu le'olam va'ed, Baruch atah Adonai hama'ariv ha'arabi. Our service continues on page 33. Wisdom and wonder, passion and instruction, story and symbol. All these things your Torah gives to us. And the more we devote ourselves to it, the more it grows and gives. What could be a truer token of your abiding love than this holiest of your works and the living language that gives it form? Baruch atah Adonai ohev amo Yisrael. We rise now for the Shema, pages 34 and 35. You may be seated. We continue with Ve'ahavta.
Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha b'chol livavcha v'chol nafshecha v'chol me'odecha v'hayu hadarim ha'ele asher anochi mitzadecha hayom al levavecha V'shinatam levanecha v'dibata v'ham v'shivtecha v'vetecha v'vlechtecha v'derech v'shaftecha v'tzomecha v'shatam le'yot al yadecha v'hayu l'totafot b'einecha v'chtatam Amzuzot betecha, uvishavrecha, leman tizkeru, v'asitem, et kol mitzvotai, hitem kedoshim, le'elohechem. Ani, Adonai Elohechem, asher hotzeh etchem, me'eretz בארץ מצרים, להיות לכם לאלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם.
Thus you shall remember to observe all my commandments and to be holy to your God. I am Adonai your God, who brought you out of the land of Egypt to be your God. I am Adonai your God. Adonai Elohechem Emet. Our service continues now with Nichamocha, page 40. We continue on page 43. Let there be love and understanding among us. Let peace and friendship be our shelter from life's storms. Adonai, help us to walk with good companions, to live with hope in our hearts and eternity in our thoughts, that we may lie down in peace and rise up waiting to do your will. Baruch atah Adonai, haporei sukat shalom aleinu, ve'al kol amo Yisrael, ve'al Yerushalayim. We continue now on page 44 with the Shamru. Our service continues now with the Tefillah, beginning on page 46. Please rise.
Adonai Sifata Tiftach, Ophia Gitilatecha. Adonai, open up my lips, that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu, Elohei Avotenu v'Imotenu, Elohei Abraham, Elohei Yitzchak, Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, חסדים טובים וקונה הכל, וזוכר חסדי אבות ואימהות, ומביא גאולה לבני בניהם, למען שמו ואהבה, מלך עוזר ומושיע ומגן. ברוך אתה אדוני, מגן אברהם בעזרת שרה. אתה גיבור לעולם אדוני, מחיי הכל אתה רב הושיע, מוריד הצער. מכלכל חיים וחסד, מחיי הכל ברחמים רבים. צומח נופלים ורופא חולים, ומתיר אסורים, ומקיים אמונתו משני עפר. מי כמוך בגבורות, ומדומך מלך ממית ומחיה, ומצמיח ישועה, ונאמן אתה להחיות הכל. ברוך אתה אדוני, מחיי הכל. אתה קדוש בשמך קדוש, וקדושים בכל יום, יהלוך הסלע. ברוך אתה אדוני, האל הקדוש.
You are holy, your name is holy, and those who are holy praise you every day. Blessed are you, Adonai, the holy God. Baruch atah Adonai, ha'el hakadosh. Please be seated. Our service continues now with Shalom Ram, our prayer for peace, on page 60. I'll be reading now on page 61 for the prayer for our country. Kevin, I've been getting a little feedback that the sound is not perfect between the piano and the cantor. I think it's because the piano is a little too far away from the microphone. Yeah, why don't you move it just a little bit, 10, 15 feet, a little closer to the camera there, and let's see if that makes a difference. Thank you. All right, I'll continue with the prayer for our country. Grant us peace, your most precious gift, O eternal source of peace, and give us the will to proclaim its message to all the peoples of the earth. Bless our country as a safeguard of peace, its advocate among the nations. May contentment reign within our borders, health and happiness within our homes. Strengthen the bonds of friendship and fellowship among all the inhabitants of every land. Plant virtue in every soul, and may the love of your name hallow every home and every heart. Praised are you, Eternal One, who blesses our people with peace. Baruch atah Adonai, Amivarech et Amo Yisrael Shalom. And we turn now to page 259 in the prayer book. I'll be offering the prayer for the state of Israel. So I'm sure you've all seen in these days there was a historic agreement between Israel and the United Arab Emirates to normalize relations. And we are very happy that this new agreement has been signed, and we're very hopeful for the future of Israel and peace in our homeland and in the region. So, let us offer the prayer for Israel. Sha'alu Shalom Yerushalayim, Yisrael Ohabayit. Pray for the peace of Jerusalem. May those who love you prosper. O Heavenly One, Protector and Redeemer of Israel, bless the state of Israel, which marks the dawning of hope for all who seek peace. Shield it beneath the wings of your love. Spread over it the canopy of your peace. Send your light and truth to all who lead and advise, guiding them with your good counsel. Establish peace in the land and fullness of joy for all who dwell there. Amen. This time we turn back to page 253 in the prayer book. As we prepare to offer the Misha Berach healing prayer, we call to mind all those in our lives in need of healing, whether that be of body, of mind, or of spirit. If there's someone you are praying and are thinking of for a healing prayer, please type their name in now to the YouTube comments so that we may pray for them as well. And now I'll offer the blessing. Misha Berach, Avotenu, V'imotenu, Abraham, Yitzhak, V'Yaakov, Sarah, Rivka, Rachel, Leah, Hu Yivarech et Acholim. May the one who blessed our ancestors, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, Sarah, Rebekah, Rachel, and Leah, bless and heal those who are ill. May the Blessed Holy One be filled with compassion, for their health to be restored and their strength to be revived. May God swiftly send them a complete renewal of body and spirit, and let us say, Amen. We take a few moments now for our own silent prayers and reflections. Thank you, Cantor and Kevin. We are going to continue now with our Torah service and Ein Kamocha, page 244, Ein Kamocha.
Ein Kamocha, Elohim Adonai, Niente Masecha, Malchutecha, Malchut Olamim, Ometzotcha Bechadon Badon, Adonai Melech, Adonai Malach, Adonai Imloch, Leolam Moed, Adonai Mos Lemoite, Adonai Yivarech et Amo Bashalom.
We continue now with Av HaRachamim. Please rise as we continue with Ki Mitzion.
Torah השמיים ובארץ, לך אדוני המלכות, יביט נעשה לך לראש.
Please be seated. So this evening, Cantor is going to be chanting the Torah portion from his podium for safety. I will be here following along in the Torah portion, in the Torah scroll for everyone to see, and we will be able to enjoy our Torah reading for this week's Torah portion. This week's portion is A from the book of Deuteronomy, and it is a full one, as Moses continues to offer laws and teachings to the people before they enter the promised land. The portion covers a number of topics: rules about sacrifices and care for the Levites. Moses clarifies which animals are to be eaten and which forbidden, the laws of kashrut. Moses discusses the tithe, setting aside 10% of your produce for the stranger, fatherless, and widow. Moses defines the sabbatical year as a time for canceling all debts and extending care to the needy. And finally, Moses reviews the Shalosh Regalim, the 3 pilgrimage festivals. This evening, Cantor will chant the beginning of the portion. And these verses actually describe a fascinating ritual to teach the Israelites the fundamental choice between blessing and curse. It's actually, in the Torah portion, a geography lesson, because the Torah is very linked to the land of Israel. So when the people enter the promised land, we read, they are to head to Shechem, modern-day Nablus, which is in the West Bank. Now, there are 2 mountains directly on either side of the city. Mount Gerizim is to the south, and Mount Ebal is to the north. The Israelites are to go up to Mount Gerizim and pronounce a blessing, and they're to go up to the other mountain, Mount Ebal, and pronounce a curse. So, the rabbis asked, why is one mountain you say a blessing from, and you say a curse from the other mountain? Well, I'm going to tell you. Here we go. You say Mount Gerizim, where you speak the blessing, is a lush and fertile with a large spring that offers copious amounts of water. Mount Ebal, where they will speak the curse, is made of limestone, and there is no water. The mountains themselves thus symbolize the lesson. If the Israelites are loyal to God and follow the commandments, their future will be blessed like the fertile mountain. Should they choose the opposite, they will live in a dry and harsh land like Mount Ebal. So in that sense, the good mountain, Mount Gerizim, is the proverbial carrot, and Mount Ebal is the stick. Rabbi Samson Raphael Hirsch teaches that the lesson of the 2 mountains also applies to us. Both mountains rise on one and the same soil. Both are watered by one and the same fall of rain and dew. The same air breathes over both of them. The same pollen wafts over both of them. And yet Ebal remains in barren bleakness, while Gerizim is clad to its summit in embellishment of vegetation. In the same way, blessing and curse are not conditional on external circumstances, but on our own inner receptivity for one or the other. Rabbi Hirsch teaches us that circumstances cannot dictate our behavior. We have the choice between good and evil, between blessing and curse. So let us then choose blessing. So for our Torah portion this evening, we want your help from our virtual congregation. Here's what we're going to do. Cantor is going to sing with you the Torah blessing, and I'm going to do the line of response. So at home, feel free to belt it out. You're at home, give a good, strong Torah portion with Cantor, and we can have a nice virtual congregational aliyah. So Cantor and congregation, we are ready.
Baruch et Adonai HaMorach.
Baruch Adonai HaMorach le'olam va'ed.
Baruch Adonai HaMorach le'olam va'ed. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam. Asher b'chavanu mikol ha'amim. V'natach lanu et Torato. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen.
Re'eh Anochi noten Elohechem Hayom Beracha Uklala Et HaBracha Asher Tishma'u El Mitzvot Adonai Elohechem Asher Anochi Mitzavetchem Hayom V'Haklala Im Lo Tishma'u El Mitzvot Adonai Elohechem V'Sartem Min HaDerech Asher Anochi Mitzavetchem Hayom Lalechat Acharei Elohim Acherim Asher Lo Yidatem V'Haya Ki V'Yecha Adonai Elohecha El Haaretz Asher Ata V'Shama V'Rishta V'Natata Et HaBracha Al HaGerizim V'Et HaKlala Al HaEva Halohema Ve'eved HaYarden Acharei Derech Mivo HaShemesh Ve'eretz HaKanaani Hayoshev V'Arava Mul HaGilgal Eitzel Elonei Moreh Ki Atem Ovrim Et HaYarden Lavo Lareshet Et Haaretz Asher Adonai Elohechem Noten Lachem V'Rishtem Ota V'Shavtem Ba Baruch Ata Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam Asher natan lanu Torat emet V'chayei olam nata b'tochenu Baruch Ata Adonai Noten HaTorah.
Amen. Yashkoach. Thank you, Cantor, for our Torah reading this evening. You are welcome to rise now as I lift the Torah scroll and we give honor to the Torah.
V'sod HaTorah Asher Sam Moshe Lifnei Bnei Yisrael Al Pi Adonai B'yad Moshe
Our service continues now with Eitz Chaim as we return the Torah scroll to the Ark, page 256, Eitz Chaim. Page 282, we continue with Aleinu.
Aleinu l'shabeach l'adon hakol, l'atei v'gula Yosef Reshit, Shalom כגגי הרסות, ולא שמענו כנשפחות האדמה, שלא שמת כן לכהן, וגאור עלינו ככל המונם. ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפניך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא.
Please be seated.
שאלו תשמיים ויוצא הארץ, ומשה יקרו בשמיים ממעל, ושכינה תוזור, ושכינה תוזור, בגפם אלוהים. ולאלוהינו תהילות, אמת מלכנו, נפש זולתו, Agato, Vitorato, Viadatoyam, Viadatoyam, Vihashemota, Elvavecha, Ki Adonai, Uha Elohim, Vashamayim, Nimal, Yaretz, Yaretz, Yitzhak, Elot, Elot, V'nemar v'haya Adonai, l'melech al kol haaretz, v'yamahu, yeh Adonai echad, Oshemo, 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 Echad.
This time we turn to page 294 in the prayer book. As we prepare to recite the Kaddish prayer, our thoughts turn to those who have departed this earth, our own loved ones, those whom our friends and neighbors have lost, the martyrs of our people whose graves are unmarked, and those of every race and nation whose lives have been a blessing to humanity. As we remember them, we meditate on the meaning of love and loss, of life and death. On this Shabbat, we remember for Kaddish Samuel Wexler, father of Barry Wexler. And we remember for Yahrzeit Sylvia Altus, Stanley Aronson, Bernard Baker, Samuel Block, Claire Braun, Goldie Brenner, Fran Douch, Lillian Devac, Pearl Garfunkel Gould, Cy Gerber, Morris Gerber, Jacob Gershoff, Barnett Goldman, Shirley Hertz, Morris Kaplan, Bernard Lesser, Reevy Levine, Libby Nair, Betty Plans, Joseph Price, Anna Rebarber, Rosalind Rosenthal, Zenobi Rosen, Ellie Saporta, David Seidler, David Schaefer, Gloria Siegel, Abigail Rose Stolo, Morton Zamor, Molly Zicklin, Robert Zicklin, Floyd Baslow, Adele Friedman, Harry Friedman, Saul Gateman, Jean Gordon, Martha Holzanger, Bernard Horlick, Nathan Perkins, Bertha Rosenbaum, Edward Stubbs, and Edward Tots. Please rise now as we recall our loved ones and we join in reciting the Kaddish prayer. Yitkada v'yitkada shemei rava, v'yamad v'yivrach v'yiruteh v'yamich ma'chuteh, v'chayechon v'yomechon v'chayei v'chol beit Yisrael, v'agala u'zman kariv v'imru amen. Yehei shmei rava mevorach le'olam u'lamei almaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh. V'yetadar, v'yetaleh, v'yetalal, shemei, kudishah, barechu. V'elam, mikol, v'yachata, v'shirata. Tushbechata, v'nechemata. Damiran, v'yama, v'yru, amen. Yahei, shlama, rabba, min, shemaya. V'chaim, aleinu, v'yakol, Yisrael, v'yru, amen. Osei shalom, v'romav, v'yasei shalom. Aleinu, v'yakol, Yisrael, v'yru, amen. May the one who creates harmony on high bring peace to us and to all Israel, to which we say, Amen. Thank you very much, Cantor and Kevin, for our beautiful music. It's great for the three of us to be together in the sanctuary and to hear your voice, Cantor, and to hear your playing, Kevin, and to be able to celebrate Shabbat together. So it's really a lot of very special for us to continue our good services together. I'd like to make a couple of announcements. The first is that next Friday, the 21st, we are going to be having a backyard in-person Shabbat. We, of course, have not gathered together for Shabbat since March, and I am looking forward to seeing everybody. We are asking everyone to please wear masks, and we will have the seats spread out appropriately according to CDC guidelines. We will be having the service in the backyard. It will also be streamed on YouTube as we do every week, so you can either come or watch whatever you feel more comfortable doing. And what was that thing I was going to say? Totally slipped my mind.
The rain date, the beach of Dallas.
Yeah, I'm going to get to that. No, I was going to say something else about the Shabbat. It totally slipped my mind. All right. Well, anyway, we're looking forward to that. It should be a lot of fun next week. Yes.
The rain date.
Yeah. Well, yes. If we will consider having I know what it was. I got it now. The Shabbat next week is at 7 p.m., not 8 p.m. 7 o'clock, because we want to pray before it gets dark. All right. Now, I also want to let everybody know we're really looking forward to another in-person outdoors event, which is our Beach Havdalah, Saturday, August 29th. Meet at 6:30 p.m. at 29 Ocean Avenue at Valentine Street in Monmouth Beach. Everyone, again, will also please bring masks, and we will be spread out as is appropriate, and we will offer Havdalah and enjoy ourselves. So I hope you can join us with both of those. So let us conclude our service now with Adon Olam, page 321. Adon Olam, followed by the Borei Moshe.
The Lord God Amen.
Shabbat Shalom, everyone. Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom to all.